DCEU. It's a bumpy road lasting the last 10 years from Man of Steel to the Suicide Squad to even Black Adam. And while there have been recent successes like Shazam or Aquaman, it can't be understated that all the bad movies in the DCEU have one thing in common. Batman v Superman, the original Suicide Squad, and even Wonder Woman have this problem and it needs to be addressed. This one decision really did ruin all the DCEU movies, and in one fall sweep. So what am I talking about? CGI third acts. Although it might seem stupid at first to think about it. Doomsday and Batman v Superman was an unnecessary addition that tipped the scales in a 50-50 split for me on Batman v Superman and was completely unrelated to the tone of the movie up until that point. You have Batman v Superman fighting, and then you have this big monstrosity that comes out at the end. It ruins the tone of the movie and just destroys it. Wonder Woman is in the same boat. Although this movie was good, it was not amazing. Up until the third act was pretty good. It was methodical, did really good action, but then there came the third act. The third act destroys the tone and overall just makes it such an unenjoyable movie. So let's get into it. Warner Brothers announced Wonder Woman in 2010, and Jenkins signed to direct it in 2015. Wonder Woman had its world premiere on May 26, 2017, and was the great movie. The theatrical release worldwide on June 2nd, 2017, by Warner Brothers Pictures. The film has received positive reviews, with praise for its direction, action, visuals, and musical score. It grossed $822 million worldwide, making it the 10th highest-grossing film of 2017, and was the highest-grossing film of a solo female director until it was overtaken by Hi, Mom. The American Film Institute selected it as one of the top 10 films of 2017, and it won the Best Dramatic Presentation in 2018. So this movie I've had a really weird relationship with. I watched it back in 2019 and I despised it. Then I watched it last year on a road trip and I loved it. And then I watched it again recently for this review and I was really mixed on it. So I have a roller coaster. But as you must know, Wonder Woman is a different movie. It's a story of a woman going beyond her home and exploring the outer world as she becomes a hero. Like, this is how you do a female character. This is way better than Rey or She-Hulk. Like, she struggles. She really feels the pressure to save the world, unlike most female characters do. Like, this is top tier. But in the final act of this movie, all of its success is just thrown away, and most likely a decision made by the studio. Why is this? Well, the character of Wonder Woman is an overpowered character. And to combat this, the film made the right decision to focus on internal conflict rather than external conflict. Internal conflict being a character's fight against their motives, intentions, and morals against the world around them. And external content being basically when you have an external threat. Superman fights Brainiac, Batman fights Joker, Flash fights Gorilla Grodd. Just like a mental threat a physical threat that really tears a hero apart. And as I said before, Wonder Woman's internal conflict throughout the movie is that she believes all humankind is good, but corrupted by the Ares, god of war, in pretty sure it's Greek mythology. I might be wrong about that, though. And accepting that there's some good in humans, but also some bad. And the scene that explains this perfectly is the scene where Ares is fighting Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman thinks she finally tracked down Ares, and then she kills him. And she feels a sigh of release, but she's confused because evil still continued and the Germans still killed people. The operations in World War II are continuing. It didn't stop it. And this is what makes a great character. It destroys her worldview and forces her an internal conflict inside of her. Like, everything she believes about the movie is thrown out the window. This is how you handle a character like Black Widow, Wonder Woman, or even Black Adam, yeah. You force them to reevaluate the world and give them an internal conflict rather than an external conflict. Of course, this movie still is an external force. The Germans are an external force. They're still there killing. And yeah, because Wonder Woman's not going to die. She's in Batman v Superman. She's in Justice League. You hear her monologue at the beginning of the movie, so it has to use that internal threat to kind of make you think, will her world be crushed or will it not? This is how you do a character. This is how you do Superman. This is how you do Batman. This is how you do even characters like Green Lantern. You make them face an internal threat that really puts them against themselves rather than enemies around them. Superman can take out anyone. Let's be honest. So can Wonder Woman. She's the strongest character. She's one of the strongest female characters. Really only being beaten by like Superwoman or Supergirl, depending on your continuity. And it was really smart to work on that internal conflict with her and really make her turn into Wonder Woman rather than just a little girl. And I say this again, but this is how you write a female character. I want to do a video essay on. I don't hate the sequel trilogy. I think it's a good enough series, but Rey is not a good character. And I think this is real. Wonder Woman is how you do a character. But, like, we know she'll survive, and there's no conflict there. The movie must rely on its internal conflict to make that compelling plot. So what does the movie do? A, keep this good plot, or B, mess it up. It's obviously B, they mess it up. It just decides to throw it away. It takes the best part of the movie, being the internal conflict, and switches it out for an external plot. The one decision that destroyed Wonder Woman. It's all of a sudden revealed that Ares is actually alive in the general and is manipulating the war in his favor. This destroys Wonder Woman and forces her to use the easy way out of confronting herself and her beliefs that mankind is good and not bad. But why does this movie still that the movie could be what? But why is this movie still the movie that could be marketable? Basically, Warner Brothers wanted to make this movie marketable for general audiences, and this is a great movie. This movie made a ton of money, so that wasn't really needed. But I'm 95% sure that the one they needed a big final act, which I understand, but you could have done it with the doctor lady. But another thing is they needed footage for the trailers. They needed a cool action set piece that you could use to will people in. And you can disagree with me on this, but unless you're like a Warner Bros. Executive that tells me otherwise, I'm going to believe what I believe. But back to the topic. The worst part, rather than going on the internet and really looking to the fans and really thinking of the idea of mankind being good except for Ares, they decided to use it both ways. You're either gonna go with mankind is not evil, it's Ares, or mankind is evil and it's not Ares, but they kind of mixed it. You're gonna create an idea of an internal conflict with the Wonder Woman and mankind being bad and good at the same time. Go in on it, right? Have Wonder Woman try to stop mankind, show them the error of their ways, or if you really want to go the worst way, you could have mankind rise up against Ares and Wonder Woman beat all of them in a CGI monstrosity, multi-million-dollar bleh fest that looks like Doomsday but 10 times worse and looks like every recent Marvel movie that no one will enjoy except for children and general audiences. And the sad part is too, Wonder Woman had the perfect villain to fight. Why not take a good human and develop them to truly become evil force? That's nothing but destructive towards Wonder Woman, and then show that humankind has evil people just like Ares and not just a destructive force in the ending. Show that humanity is scared and happy, and it's an even balance between right and wrong. Kind of like how Avatar did it. I love Avatar: The Last Airbender. I need to review that show one day for this channel. That show was like something else. But yeah, Wonder Woman has to protect instead of killing mankind and really become that redeeming plot, that shining beacon of hope. But instead of creating a redeeming plot that both general audiences and moviegoers alike will enjoy, they decided to put the cardinal sin of putting ticket sales above big action set pieces ahead of character development. Character development is an overall important thing, and it makes the movie enjoyable. I think a movie that really proved that you don't need a big action set piece or even a villain at the end to make it good is Top Gun Maverick. Top Gun Maverick is one of my favorite movies of the year. Like, top 3. My favorite movies of the year are probably gonna be. I really like Top. No, I even put Top Gun Maverick at number 1. Multiverse of Madness at number 2, and Batman number 1, Maverick number 2, and Multiverse of Madness number 3. I like Multiverse of Madness, but it just didn't need a villain in Top Gun Maverick. It was a good movie that really understood its characters and used their motivations to its advantage and carried on the legacy of a movie I've never seen. I didn't even watch the original Top Gun before going into Top Gun Maverick. I just got into it, and it was fire. Like, Top Gun Maverick is fire. But even if Wonder Woman didn't make this change so all of a sudden in the movie, it still fell apart due to Ares. Ares, before this movie, had a great thing going for Doctor, and with the Doctor. It led us to our second, this leads us to our second awful thing: 2 sets of villains. Although I don't personally enjoy the Doctor as a villain, I thought she was well written. Her mysterious nature and what happened to the face really did get me thinking like a villain in a long time. The great psychological threat to Wonder Woman is what I think this movie needed rather than a physical threat. You need to have a physical threat, but you also need to have a mental threat. Like I said, Superman, Wonder Woman, The Flash, the threats need to be mental rather than physical because they're so overpowered. Especially Superman and The Flash. Like, it's not even funny how just overpowered they are. And it's crazy. Let's be honest, no one can be Wonder Woman except for maybe Superman or Black Adam. Now this is the core reason why Ares is so bad, because he's not a psychological threat, he's more of a physical one. He has no character development either. Like most characters, and unlike the interpretations of Joker or the catalog of other good villains, Ares is just there to have a develop. He's just there. He doesn't put any development in. He doesn't have any motive except for hate. That's the problem with Ares. He's evil just to be evil. That's the opposite of Wonder Woman, or an actual problem in his ideology that actually enforces her ideology about humanity and her air risk being the source of all evil, because it sucks. Because I loved Wonder Woman. Her character was awesome in this movie. I actually liked her character. And it just sucks how they took her ideology, realizing she's not good enough to save humanity for itself, and threw it away. But the funny thing is, there was a way to develop Ares if you didn't reveal to the audience. Throughout the movie, humanity is a counterpart. And I thought the human counterpart of Ares, and Joey was betrayed by his family, aka Zeus, and later revealed that he is Ares. Give him some heart, make him feel like more than a CGI monstrosity that's just there to kill everyone. Oh, I'm evil. I'm here to actually kill everyone. Now you have to stop me. This is not how it is in the real world. The Batman. Man of Steel. Even. Like, those movies have villains that are there for a reason rather than just there to take our hero and throw him through the ringer. Oh my god. But no, that's not. They didn't give us. They gave just a CGI monster and gave no development for us to actually make him care or make him sad for when you see that gods are not. They can feel human too. Like, I mean, Superman exists. If he was too lazy because they wanted to make more money, and the studio just was stupid. I might sound like all talk, so let's talk about how to actually fix this movie. Number 1, I would take out Ares and replace it with a reason that the Doctor does stuff. I would develop the Doctor and give her motivation to why she does what she does. The audience needs to agree that we need to understand the motives of the Doctor. I would also have developed Diana's internal conflict more when she kills the General. Make it like I would have given her like 20 minutes to kind of reconcile and really go, humanity is just as bad. It really is just as bad. But because they throw away the Doctor, you just lose the payoff. And like, they throw Ares at the end of the movie, and he loses the build-up. So why not take one out and replace it with the other? Either give Ares and give him a huge build-up, or take the Doctor and give the Doctor a huge finish. Like, choose one. And I just get rid of Ares, honestly. Warner Brothers had one job. One job. And back then, they were extremely overconfident. If you didn't know, the Superman post-credit scene for Black Adam was filmed a month before the movie came out. So, like, they were extremely confident until the new leadership came in with James Gunn. And it's just crazy how they took something this big in terms of Ares and just threw it away. Because Ares is a big threat in the comics, especially if you played Injustice. Big threat. But, like, Wonder Woman, I think, is a hard character to do in live action because she's not like, you can't make her face Cheetah. Cough, cough, Wonder Woman 1984. Not really a good first threat to her face, and I don't like Cheetah as a villain anyway. Oh my god, we're not even going to get into Wonder Woman 1984. That's a whole nother ride. God. Oh my god. But, yep, I like the way the DCU is heading, and I like they're making Man of Steel 2. Zack Snyder's leaks of him signing on for Justice League 2, which is crazy because they might actually make the plot with Superman's son becoming Batman. Which, like, no. We all agree, just no. I don't like that. That's just a big no, no, no. Yeah, but this video was extremely short. Quick little shout out. I don't know when this video is coming out. It may come out Friday. So if this video is coming out Friday, check out my stream. It's gonna be happening. It's gonna be happening. I'll make a firm time now. It'll be happening 6 p.m. EST on Friday. And I'll be streaming nearly every single Friday from now on, talking about whatever you guys want to talk about. Also, check out my Spider-Man 3 video, which has been blowing up. 80 views. I sound like a cringy kid, but it's great. That video went from 15 to 85 in 3 days, I'm pretty sure. I've also gotten 55 subs, and I have my Spider-Man 1 video was finally flattened at 285. I'm probably going to make a few more. I've made like 10 to 15 shorts for Spider-Man 1 and 3 together. I'm probably going to make 2 more for Spider-Man 1 and then just stop making shorts for that. But yeah, so next time, so I'm going to start making video essays way less as well because I simply had to spend more time on them. With this Wonder Woman review, I didn't have to rush it for last week. I spent this current week, and I really made this a good video essay. There will be videos weekly like usual, but there'll either be a video kind of discussing the current state of movies, or like James Gunn or whatever, DC, or it'll be a video essay. My next video essay will be The Amazing Spider-Man 1, and that video essay is a solid 2 weeks away, because I really want to take I'm actually off, not off school, but I have nothing to do next week, so the video might actually come out next week. If I gotta watch Black Panther, but besides that, the video might actually come out next week, like late next week, if I can put it out. Or I might not rush it and put that video out like, I don't know, probably around November 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, like November 16th maybe, if I don't have to rush it. Yeah, so before we leave, I know a lot of reminders, 2 minutes of reminders, but just check out my community tab. They gave me community tab at 50 subscribers. I don't know what happened, but I'll be posting almost daily on there. And yeah, I'm Justin from my studios, and stay electric.